This is the digital channel of the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. I am Manoj Mainkar, and in the next half hour, I'll bring to you news updates from India and around the world, awareness videos on coronavirus by Government of India, and a lot more. We'll begin with the news updates.
This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. Namaskar. The news snippets. Read by Maria Albina Michael. 22,22,577 people have recovered from COVID-19 in India. In the last 24 hours, 63,631 people have recovered. Recovery rate is 74.69%. 10,23,836 tests for COVID-19 were conducted across the country in the past 24 hours. Ganesh Chaturthi is being celebrated throughout the country today. The usual fervour and gaiety is missing. Most ceremonies are taking place at people's homes only. States like Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana have requested people to celebrate the festival at home. The President, Vice President and Prime Minister have greeted the people on the occasion of Vinayak Chaturthi. Election Commission of India has brought out detailed guidelines regarding conduct of elections in COVID times. Candidates can file nominations online. They can pay the security deposit online too. For offline submission of nominations, very few persons will be allowed. Number of vehicles during filing of nominations would also be restricted. Election Commission said that every voter would be allowed to cast their ballot. People with COVID-like symptoms or high temperature would be allowed to cast their votes in the last hour. Election rallies would also be allowed with limited number of persons. Social distancing and hygiene norms would have to be maintained at the rallies. Delhi Police's special cell has arrested a suspected ISIS terrorist after a shootout. An improvised explosive device, IED, was recovered from him. Delhi Police said the terrorist was planning an attack. Border Security Force BSF has foiled a big infiltration bid in Taran Taran sector of Punjab. BSF personnel shot dead 5 infiltrators. The force also recorded a huge cache of ammunitions. Vietnam has briefed India about the situation in South China Sea after Beijing deployed bomber aircrafts on the disputed Paracel Islands. Libya's warring factions have announced immediate ceasefire. The UN has welcomed the ceasefire announcement. And that is the end of the news snippets. This is the General Overseas Service of All India Radio. We now bring you a special film-based program from our archives.
Smitten by a street play in his village, a young boy aged 9 years abandoned school to passionately pursue acting. He was so inspired by the play Veera Pandya Kattabomman that he ran away from his home to join a touring theatre company. As he travelled, Villupuram Chennaya Ganesan learnt the nuances of acting and theatre and progressed portraying different characters from female roles to the protagonist. And 9 years later, in 1946, as he turned 18 years of age, V.C. Ganesan got a major break to play the landmark role of Emperor Shivaji in the play Shivaji Khanda Hindu Samrajyam. The young man's powerful portrayal of the Maratha warrior in this drama, written by C.N. Annadurai, popularly known as Anna, who later became the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, impressed Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy Naikar, the founder of Dravida Kazhagam. A deeply moved Periyar conferred the title of Shivaji on V.C. Ganesan. From then on, V.C. Ganesan became Shivaji Ganesan. The role was to be played by M.G. Ramachandran, another legendary actor who also became the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. For some reason, MGR had turned down the role. Anna asked Ganesan if he could play Shivaji and handed over a 90-page dialogue and gave him 7 hours to memorize it for an audition. and he did memorize and bagged the role. Shivaji writes in his autobiography, quote, "If I could memorize a 90-page manuscript in a relatively short time, it was only because of my passion for acting. You could even call it addiction. There were only 4 days left for the play to be staged, and all the costumes tailored for MGR had to be downsized to suit me." Unquote. The day he was born, 1st of October 1928, Ganesan's father, Chinnapillai Manrayar, who was a railway employee and a freedom fighter, was arrested for taking part in the nationalist movement. Ganesan could meet his father for the first time only at the age of 4 when he was released from jail. After the successful portrayal of Shivaji, Ganesan continued performing on stage till 1952 when he got his first major break in cinema. Anna recommended him for the lead role in the film Parasakti, a social melodrama. In this movie, Shivaji delivered long drawn out yet extremely powerful and poetic dialogues written by M. Karunanidhi, the DMK patriarch. Thus, the young man graduated from a small stage actor to a hero of the big screen with such power that his era is considered as the golden era in the Tamil film industry. The film Parasakti was a turning point in Shivaji's acting career and Tamil cinema. Prior to Parasakti, plots revolved around kings and queens or revolutions and mythological stories. But Parasakti was a social film with a revolutionary theme. Also, it had just a few songs. The film set a new trend and left a reformative impact on viewers. After a slow pace initially, his films became a rage with viewers and Shivaji became a power to be reckoned with. He went on to become a legend and role model in Indian cinema. He was named Nadigar Tilagam, Doyen among actors, a title which was prefixed to his name. Shivaji Ganesan was a gifted and versatile actor who was equally at home in commercial cinema, mythological films or experimental movies. He had an amazing acting ability to handle multiple role performances where each of the characters was etched with precision and clear delineation. The actor superbly exhibited his prowess in his 100th film Navaratri, which was released in the year 1964. In this movie, he portrayed realistically 9 different characters with 9 moods or navarasas signifying wonder, fear, compassion, anger, gentleness, revulsion, romantic passion, courage and happiness. He is remembered also for his other commendable performances in Uttama Puthiran and Gauravam in a dual role and Deivamagan, Trisulam and Bale Pandya, in which he essayed 3 roles each. Shivaji Ganesan played a wide range of characters from god to king to the commoner, and portraying characters across centuries from Socrates to Veera Pandya Kattabomman to Chidambaranar to Shivaji to Shiva. Shivaji appeared in more than 300 films. Of these, 9 were Telugu, 1 Kannada, 2 Malayalam and 2 Hindi movies. He was always brilliant, whether it was the mercurial Chola Emperor Rajaraja Cholan, Lord Shiva, Lord Muruga, Saivite Saint Appar, Vaishnavite Saint Periyalvar or Tamil poet Ambigapati. He was equally superb in contemporary roles and stereotypes. Shivaji made every performance a memorable one. He performed each role with true dedication and devotion and interpreted every shade of character with ingenuity and finesse. His voice, pronunciation and diction were impeccable and changed the course of dialogue delivery in Tamil films and plays. His gestures, facial expressions, lip movements and lip synchronization while rendering songs were quite distinct. He emoted not just with his voice and eyes, but with every body part. Even his eyebrows had a story to tell. He held a piano, guitar, flute or any other instrument and played them as if he was a true musician. Shivaji's essaying of the Nadaswaram player in Tillana Mohanambal remains etched in people's mind even today. His loving brother act in Pasamalar still draws tears from people's eyes. Such flawless acting made the characters he portrayed extremely genuine and mesmerizing. Among the diverse characters portrayed by him on the silver screen, he was outstanding as Bharata in Sampurna Ramayana, the patriotic lawyer Chidambaram Pillai in Kappal Totiya Tamilan, Prestige Padmanabha Iyer in Vietnam Vidu, Barrister Rajnikant in Gauravam, and Police Superintendent Chaudhary in Thangapadagam. Shivaji's histrionics, backed by and powerful dialogue delivery, were the hallmarks of all his films. In one such performance in the memorable film Veera Pandya Kattabomman, released in 1959, his bantering arguments with his British adversaries resonate even today. For his role, Shivaji bagged the Best Actor award at the Afro-Asian Film Festival held in Cairo in 1960. Shivaji created his roles with his own genius and observation of real-life persons. He also drew inspiration from Hollywood superstar Spencer Tracy. The thespian told a writer once that he took ideas from Tracy's style of walking too from his own style. His producers, directors and writers, recognizing his talent and incredible memory, wrote special scenes and punch dialogues exclusively for him. As the years advanced, opportunities to display his acting skills became scarce, but he did act in cameo roles, often stealing the scenes, as in Tevar Magan. Shivaji Ganesan's critics remarked that he overacted. Shivaji would tell them to consult the dictionary, which defines acting as an exaggerated expression. He would say that after all, he was a stage actor who worked without mics. Shivaji says in his autobiography, which is in the form of an exhaustive interview with the actor Dr. T.S. Narayanaswamy, quote, "The word actor means a dramatic performer. It is not a realistic performer. When you perform realistically, it is natural life. When you perform dramatically, it is drama. So, what do you want me to do?" Unquote. Shivaji Ganesan dabbled in politics in a true style of the Tamil cinema tradition in the 1980s, but his political career was short-lived. He lost 2 consecutive elections. He served as a member of the Rajya Sabha from 1982. During his lifetime, Shivaji was the recipient of several awards and honors, but the one distinction that eluded Shivaji was the National Award for Best Actor, though he was honored with the Dadasaheb Phalke Lifetime Achievement Award in 1996. He was also bestowed with the Padma Bhushan in 1993. His contribution to cinema was recognized by the French government, which conferred on him the civilian honor Chevalier in the Order of Arts and Literature in 1995. Even today, 13 years after his demise, Shivaji Ganesan continues to be the lodestar to many young aspirants who dream to make it big in Tamil cinema.
You were listening to a special film-based program from our archives. This program came to you from the General Overseas Service of All India Radio.
All you lovebirds out there, this is a beautiful, beautiful classic love song which I sung in 2008, and I think it's always been loved. It's Khuda Jaane from Bachna Aise, and this goes out to all the lovebirds out there. सजदे में यूं ही झुकता हूँ तुम पे आके रुकता हूँ क्या ये सबको होता है हमको क्या लेना है सबसे तुमसे ही सब बातें अब से बन गए हो तुम मेरे right, people, the next song is Ghungru, and you know what? This is a fantastic song. You loved it so much, all of you guys. So thank you so much for that, and thank you so much, Filmfare, for giving me my first award. And so here is Ghungru for all of you guys. I am sure you're gonna sing along and you're gonna dance with it. So here we go.
We now present the day's commentary on Bajwa's Saudi visit and attempt to mend the fences, scripted by Dr. Zainab Akhtar, analyst on Pakistan. The revocation of Article 370 of the Indian Constitution last year has upset the domestic and foreign policies of Pakistan since Kashmir had been the focal point of its foreign policy. The Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf government has made all attempts to internationalize it. Islamabad especially had high hopes from the Organization of Islamic Cooperation (OIC) to convene a high-level meeting on the Kashmir issue. Since Saudi Arabia is considered the center of the Islamic countries and one of the main influencers of the OIC, Pakistan had always tried to have the kingdom on its side. But all its hopes were dashed when, in a talk show, Pakistan's Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi underlined that OIC and Saudi had belied its hopes on Kashmir issue and stressed that Pakistan is losing its patience on the matter. He further said that Pakistan would be forced to form an alliance with like-minded Islamic countries minus Saudi Arabia and call a conference outside OIC if Kashmir is not prioritized by the OIC. This upset the Saudi rulers, and Imran Khan had sent both the political and military leadership in Pakistan on a damage control mode. The impromptu trip of Pakistan Army Chief General Qamar Javed Bajwa and DG Inter-Services Intelligence Lieutenant General Faiz Hamid to the kingdom this week is viewed as an extension of the damage control policy to review the strained relationship. According to Pakistan, the visit was primarily military affairs oriented. General Bajwa held talks with Saudi Deputy Minister for Defense Khalid bin Salman bin Abdulaziz on bilateral defense cooperation and regional security. General Bajwa also met General Fayad bin Hamid Al Rauli, Chief of Saudi General Staff, and Lieutenant General Fahad bin Turki Al Saud, Commander Joint Forces KSA. Military to military ties, including training exchanges, were the focus of the meetings, according to reports. However, according to Saudi officials, the visit underlined the common concerns in addition to the bilateral cooperation. The common concerns here in Pakistan's attempts to mend fences. Bajwa tried to use his good offices to calm situation raised due to Qureshi's criticism of Saudi over the Kashmir issue. Even the Pakistan Railway Minister Sheikh Rashid told the media that Bajwa's Saudi visit was meant to iron out outstanding minor differences. It has to be noted that before this visit, Bajwa also met the Saudi ambassador to Pakistan, Admiral Nawaz Saeed Al Malki, in a bid to put off the fire set on Qureshi's statement. This meeting paved the way for Bajwa's Saudi visit. But it appears that Saudi is in no hurry to mend the fences, as General Bajwa could not secure an audience with Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, MBS. This has sent a strong signal that the Saudi rulers are still angry with Shah Mahmood Qureshi's statement. According to analysts, the Saudis have privately asked that the Pakistan foreign minister must step down. After failed attempts to meet the Crown Prince, the Pak military commanders left for Jeddah to perform Umrah, after which they will head back to Pakistan. Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan has downplayed the differences between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan and stressed in a TV interview that the rumors about Pakistan's relations with Saudi Arabia souring are totally false. However, Bajwa's trip came at an important juncture, with UAE signing the peace deal with Israel. This has caused further consternation within the Ummah, with Turkey, Iran and Malaysia threatening to form a new bloc. The Saudis also have not taken too kindly to Pakistan's move to cozying up to Turkey and Iran. Iran is the kingdom's arch-rival in the region, and Turkey has of late tried to project of itself as a new leader of the OIC. Saudi Arabia's position in the Islamic world is well known. The recent bickering between Islamabad and Riyadh point to the fact that all this is not well between the two nations. Thus, Bajwa's visit was an attempt to salvage the deteriorating relationship.
This broadcast came to you from the digital channel of the General Overseas Service of All India Radio.